Hello and welcome back to Budget with Becca. Before we get into this video, I just want to point out that I got a new mat for my desk, so no more white slats where money can fall through. This is great. I'm so excited. This topper is going to be perfect for cash stuffings. But today is not a cash stuffing video. Today is an I effed up video. Today is a budget reset, explain what happened and why I'm resetting video. So like I just said, I effed up. Not the full F word, just effed up. Let me just backtrack it. So 2 weeks ago when I had my last cash stuffing, I think I felt very confident. I had the budgeting thing down. I was doing so well with my cash stuffings and everything. And I also had removed a whole bunch of envelopes because I was feeling like it was too overwhelming, which is true. And I also decided to remove the dividers out of my wallet because I felt that was overwhelming. And I was dipping out of a whole bunch of categories, which is also true. But from then till now, I have literally blown my budget completely out the water. I think I went from being, oh, this is just too much and overwhelming to I'm very confident, I know what I'm doing, and I don't need to stick to the budget. So I had only given myself $100 as rollover pay for the 2 weeks. Little did I know we were going to Toronto for my Mother's Day weekend, for my mom's Mother's Day weekend, and I had been doing a lot of other things that I just did not plan ahead for. With all that saying, that $100 was blown within that first weekend, and my budget was just completely blown out of water. So let me backtrack a little bit. It was just a crazy spending 2 weeks. I also realized that I was getting my tax refund. Now my tax refund was very large this time around because I had just moved back from England, so my tax year only consisted of September till December. So I got over $4,700 back, which is a huge amount. So when I found out how much money I was getting, also I thought I was so confident in my budgeting, which is, it's okay to feel like that, but I felt like, you know what? F it, let me just blow the whole budget. And I ended up spending, I think, close to over $500 out of my budget that I did not have, that I did not plan for. And that's because of vacation in Toronto, as well as just like I said, the F it mentality and thinking I had all this money for my tax refund and not deciding to budget it correctly. So with all that to be said, I'm here to sit down. I have designed and outlined a new budget that I think will work best for me and the things I'm going to focus on and what did work for me and what has not worked for me. And budgeting is a whole thing about redoing your budget. Things happen. It's never perfect. You can feel confident in it, but to stick to your budget is key. At least for me, sticking to my budget is key and allowing myself that wiggle room to stick to my budget. Anyway, that's such a long intro just to say I'm going to go over my budget quickly and show you what I've done that's new and my plan for my cash stuffings coming up. So stick around. Okay, so what I did first was when I realized, and I had a big freak out at the beginning of this week, I was like, how much money did I spend? Oh my God, this is absolutely crazy. How did I go just blow my budget completely out of the water like this? I sat down with this budget planner, I found a blank page, and I outlined a new budget that I can stick to and follow. And here is what it is. As you can see, there's a lot of erasing, a lot of marks. But the main thing is, what I've realized is that I actually wasn't putting down all the specific categories that I needed to. So I now have grocery, gas, and spending. Big one with gas is I kept it in my bank account, but I kept forgetting to correctly budget for it every week. So now it has its own line item, and I'm going to make sure that there's enough in there each week for gas. So gas and groceries and spending. These are going to be the categories in my wallet. Like I said before, I got so overwhelmed with all the categories that there were, so I decided to kind of merge it all together and use the one envelope method. But this is also a way of doing the one envelope method, in my opinion, because they're not broad categories, they are simple categories. So groceries would be my food category, so whether that's groceries or any eating out, it will go from this category. Gas will be from the gas category, and spending will be my personal spending. It could be for eating out, it could be for groceries, it could be for whatever else I need, or it could also just be for spending and entertainment, fun money stuff. So spending is there. So those are my 3 categories. Then my sinking funds are next. Then I've got my sinking funds that I've always had: beauty, Christmas gifts, vacations, and I brought these back, and there's a reason for that. I had a monthly pay one that was annual pay before, but I've changed it to monthly pay, and that is because I forgot that I have two reoccurring payments that happen every month. When I was going through this plan again, I opened up my bank account and I realized, oh my goodness, I've noticed they're coming in once a month. And those are my Cricut subscription, and I have a Patreon I subscribe to somebody's Patreon. So all of that comes up to $15, but I rounded up to 20 just so there's a little buffer if there's anything else I need to put money towards. Then I've got All About Me. It's just nice to have something that you're focusing on for yourself, and then a miscellaneous category. Then goes into my, for sure, fixed expenses, my debt, my car payment, and my car insurance. Another thing that I effed up on is my car insurance. I left it in my bank account, and then I kept kind of forgetting that it was there. And if I went to use my debit card, it would dip into the money that was in there for car insurance. So I would have to pull out of my savings. My last pay, I had to pull out of my savings to cover my last car insurance at the beginning of May because of it. So now I'm going to withdraw car insurance and keep the cash out until the end of the month. Now my car insurance gets pulled out of pulled into my credit card, so it's not like the money's going to come out of my debit. So I will just put all this cash, collect it over the month, and then put it towards my credit card when it's time to pay off my credit card. So that's my explanation for car insurance. All the parts that I have highlighted in pink here are the categories I'm going to be pulling out of the cash for. Then we've got my buffer, which is whatever rollover is left, and that will be staying in my bank account. And then my last three thing here is cash stuffing. I made a note that will be about $700. I just added up these parts that are all highlighted. My emergency fund gets $100 moved across every month, so 50 from one pay, 50 from the other. And then sometimes if my bank account dips under the limit that it's supposed to be, I get charged with $10. So I'm just going to make sure the buffer also includes a $5 for bank fees. And if the bank fees stay above that, then I'm good. Then I won't have to pay it. And that could just be for savings. And then my main thing that what I want to focus on that I never really did was a zero-based balance budget. I think I thought before, oh, I got this, I don't need it. And I realizing, you know what, it's a good idea to have it. So I'm keeping my balance at the limit my checking account needs to be at, which is $3,000, which I know is a lot, but $3,000 is the limit so I don't get charged for bank fees. So I'm going to keep that as like my zero account, and it's also going to be like a little bit of emergency money that's there when needed. So that'll be my base zero. So at the beginning of every pay, I'll make sure it says $3,000 in my checking account. Then I will move all this money around, take it out, put it in savings, whatever it needs to happen. And then when the pay comes around for the next pay after 2 weeks, I will bring it back down to the $3,000. So it's like that zero base. So it starts again every pay. So if you do something like that, please let me know in the comments down below, or how else you do zero-based budgeting. I definitely don't want to have those bank fees. That's why $3,000 will be like my zero-based part. But that's just going to work for me and make sure that I don't get charged those bank fees. All right, so with all that being said, let's look into my budget for this pay period. So my goals for this pay period is make a new budget, check. Track my expenses again. Like I said F it on this because I just blew my budget completely out of the water. I just stopped tracking it. So we're going to press restart and start again. So track budget and then do my zero-based budget and focus on that. I have no upcoming purchases that I am aware of, so that's staying blank. And then my upcoming bills will be my debt payment, my car payment, and my car insurance. Another thing with my debt payment is I would save up the money and then pay a lump sum at the end of each month. But now what I'm going to do is just send that debt payment at each pay. So bi-weekly, I'll just send the $700 just so it's not sitting in my bank account and thinking that I think I can use it as money when it's not really there. It's for debt. Then here's my salary. So I'm now budgeting for the estimated amount of $1,800, which actually it's going to be $1,735 with all of it included. But what I've decided to do is just lowball it because my pay has been so different every couple pays, and that's just because I am not permanent right now. I am a LTO, which is a long-term occasional teacher, so my pay varies from week to week or bi-weekly. So I'm going to budget for the estimated amount, which will always be $1,800. Anything above that will go straight to savings, and we'll see that in other pays. So my actual salary I've written down to the cent so that I'm really focusing on that zero-based budget. And then we're going to fill in the sinking funds and short-term savings in just a sec. So for groceries or food, I've budgeted $80. For gas, I've budgeted $100. The last time I did gas, it came up to $1.78, but now that gas has skyrocketed again, I've left myself that buffer of an extra $20, so that should cover my gas now. And whatever's left over, I'm going to tell you in my cash stuffing video what I'm planning on doing with that rollover money within my wallet. So groceries, gas, and spending, and gas can also cover any car washes or anything else if I have any money left over after I fill my tank. Then we've got beauty, which will be $175. Car insurance, like I said, I'll be taking that out. That'll be $80. Monthly pay will be $20. Miscellaneous will be $25. Now these are my other sinking funds, my more long-term sinking funds. Gifts, $25. Christmas, $25. Vacation, $50. All About Me, $20. Debt, $700. Car payment is $335. Emergency fund is $50. And then my bank fee is $5. Now we're going to highlight the categories, that we are going to take out. I'm going to take out. I'm talking like you guys are going to take it out. So we've got groceries, gas, spending, beauty, car insurance, monthly pay, miscellaneous, gifts, Christmas, vacation, All About Me, and then that's it. That's all the money that's going to come out for cash stuffing. So now all of this added up, including my emergency fund, is $50. Now I'm just going to go grab my calculator, and we are going to add this up and see what the buffer amount is going to be. So let's see. So we've got 80, 100, 100, 175, 80, 20, 25, 25. Oh, how many 25s did I do? Oh, let's just restart that. Sorry, I haven't done a budget with me in so long, so I feel like I'm just tripping over my words and not doing it correctly. Also, I just feel nervous on doing something like this when I've messed up so badly on my budget, but I know I'm not the only one. I've watched so many videos on it, and this is common for many people that they restart their budget, and you know, this is real life. So let's bring it back in here, take some deep breaths, and let's figure this out. So I just added this all up, $17.90, including my bank fee. So that would be now $1868.74 subtract $17.90 is going to equal my buffer, which will be $78.74. So that is the amount that will be left in my bank account that hopefully by the end of the 2 weeks I can then move into my short-term savings. So for my short-term savings, I'm going to estimate it at $78.74, and then we will actually do it at the end of the 2 weeks when I do my wrap-up of my budget. And so for my sinking fund, that will just be these categories here. So 175, 80, 20, 25, 25, 25, 50, and 20. Those are my sinking funds, so 420 will be going into my sinking funds. All right, so there is my budget for this pay period. All right, so if you stuck around to this end of the video, thank you so much. I wanted to make this video just so that other people out there that are trying the cash stuffing method or just learning how to budget to know that they are not alone. We mess up quite often, or I mess up quite often. I got confident. The tax refund being so big, using my credit card just blew my budget completely out of the water, but I'm going to rein it back, bring it back in, focus on what I am looking for. I'm focusing on the budget and staying under budget so I can put money towards savings. Also, I kept putting the stress on myself that I had to put money towards my short-term savings and my savings challenges, but in reality, sinking funds are savings, and that is I'm still putting money towards my savings. I also have quite a few side hustles, that I've just started. I've got a tutoring with my school now, that'll bring a side income, tutoring with a company, as well as I'm doing a consultancy work with my father. So those 3 side incomes are going to provide a lot of extra money for my savings accounts. So I don't need to stress as much as making sure that I'm dumping a whole bunch of savings towards that, but just focus on my paycheck budget and making sure am allowing myself to spend, but within reason and within a budget. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have ever felt like this, you've messed up, effed up, you know, done it all, I'm here with you. We're gonna restart. We're gonna press start, restart. I also ordered a few things off of Etsy that I'm hoping will come in, and I will do a lovely little happy mail video for that, so look out for that video. But the next video after this will be my cash stuffing following this budget. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for sticking around, for all the mumble jumble. I hope it made a lot of sense, but we're back on track over here, and I'm so excited to see what the cash stuffing is going to bring. So thank you so much again for watching this video. If you have not done so, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.